Alright gang, we're going to take a look at this ERTL International Star Trans semi-truck. But first, I'm going to show you guys something I found on a walking path. So I'm walking the path, and it's, you know, kids riding bicycles. I used to ride my bike around the path. My dog would run with me, my kid would ride his bike with me. This is when I was able to ride my bikes. And you'd always find where people had dropped stuff on the walking paths. And fortunately, the path in my community, it's a sports complex and it's got a walking path. People will pretty much pick up after themselves. I mean, every now and then there's the stray cup or can or bottle. And I hate litter bugs. But going on around those paths, we'd find stuff. When my son was real young, he would find he found a Hot Wheel car. It was like a space age looking something. He still has it. But I was walking the path and I came across 3 Hot Wheel cars. I think they're all Hot Wheel. Yeah, they're all Hot Wheel. So I picked them up. There's no kids around, so I just brought them to the house, and I'll show you the reason why I brought them to the house. Is usually when I find like toys out there, I do the honest thing, and I'll set them on the picnic table at the end of the path, hoping that, you know, the owner came back looking for it. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, somebody else just picked it up and took it home. So they were laying on the side of the path. This one, it's got playwear, bent roof. It's a Hot Wheels, what is it? Nissan 370Z. It'll be more or less pitched into the Goodwill box. I'm keeping this one. It's got a lot of playwear, but it's 55 Chevy. It's got the gold rims on it. And it's got a lot of paint loss, which means it was played with. Now, I'm a Ford guy, but the 58 Chevy is my favorite Chevy car. I just love the way it looks. But the skinny tires, I may have said it in videos in the past, when you see them with the original tires, they look like a duck. You gotta have some meat up under that car. I've got several of these, and I'm surprised that this was out there too, but I have a theory, and it's in bad shape as well. It's a Poison Pinto. The roof's bent up. Looks like somebody poked a hole in it with something in the windshield, and the grill's out, and the axles broke loose. But I have a theory. So you have these 2 cars. I know for a fact that's from the 70s. I have several of these. And the thing was blue, and then we have this one. My theory is that somebody was walking around with their kids. Maybe they had a young kid in a stroller. So I've seen people with like 5-year-old kids in strollers. That's kind of ridiculous to me, but that's their business, not mine. But I have a feeling that the father had these cars and handed them down to his kid, and his kid just dropped them. Well, they're mine now. Like I said, the Nissan will be pitched in the Goodwill box. I have no need for a Nissan. The Pinto, I wish I was good like a lot of those die-cast guys, to where I could take it apart and fix it. You know, but I'm not that good. I'll probably break the posts and all that. But anyway, let's check this out. Now, this is a ERTL truck that I see a lot of at like trade shops. To be honest, I don't recall seeing them in yard sales. I probably did, but didn't pay any attention to them. But there's this guy had a booth in one of the trade shops I love to go to. Hadn't been there probably 5 months, so I wheeled in there, and his booth it's really cool how he's got it. He doesn't have like, you know, die cast and action figures and all. He has it broke up by would you say genres? Not genres. But let's say science fiction stuff like Star Wars, Star Trek, those kind of action figures, vehicles, toys, books, comic books, t-shirts. He'd have them all on a shelf together, and he had, I think, 3 of these trucks. This one was the one in the best shape. And I talked to him off and on, and it's his source of living. He retired early. Unfortunately, he had to. So he just wheels and deals. So he and I were talking, and I told him I wouldn't mind having one. He was asking $50 a piece for them, and this one was the best looking one. So he sold it to me for 30. I mean, we trade back and forth all the time, so I guess it's that good vibes by being friends with him. So let's check this truck out. We'll grab the cab first. Alright, so here's the cab. As I said, I've seen these trucks everywhere. I've seen the trailers sitting on Tonka tractors at antique stores and all that. I was just never interested in them. But for some reason I bought this one. I really can't tell you why. When I got home, I started really looking at it, because at first when you look at the windshield, back in the 70s, you'd have pickups that had those, I don't know what it was made out of, but you'd order them out of like J.C. Whitney, Sears, parts stores, and they was like sun shields. They had perforated holes all through them, but you'd have like designs on them, like a desert scene or something. That's what this reminds me of, but it's actually people and robots, and they're all wearing uniforms, and I think that's a guy on a computer. And I don't know if kids realize now, but when I was a kid, and if you're my age, you remember this, you saw a movie, a science fiction movie, and all the computers had this array of lights. I thought that's pretty cool. The grill's not chrome, nor is the light bar. On the side, you look in the window, there's more people doing whatever they're doing inside the cab. And then on the side window here, well, I can't remember if they had windows in that section or not, but on the side panel, it was like a reactor or something. It's pretty cool. Let's get that a little closer. Then you have a gun. Right. So the wheels are mag wheels. I really dig these wheels. And there's the bottom view here. The tanks are not damaged. The stack is on it. And they're not painted either. Well, I don't guess that's paint. Maybe it is paint. But there's the light bar. It's not broken up. Now, I haven't really gone online to look, see if I could find much information about this truck. Because you know, it was one of those buys that I wanted it, but I didn't need it. But it was in too good a shape and a good price to pay for it. That is. The trailer, same scenario. Got robot. And when I saw these things in the past, I thought that's kind of stupid to have a window on the side of the van where people are looking out. But then when I got it home, got to looking at it. I'll show you this side too. Robot. I guess, or either they're the overlords of the people inside. But they're not looking out the window. They're actually inside the van looking at. There's no landing gear, so I'm trying to hold it with one hand. But you got people at computers, and none of them's looking outside, they're all looking down. You got Star Trans. Bottom of it, this thing is in immaculate shape. No, the decals aren't peeling. There's the nose of the trailer. The decals are in great shape. It's not beat up. It's in really good condition. I got a feeling this came out, and this is my theory. If you got one of these as a kid, let me know what year you got it in. New, that is, not a hand-me-down. I have a theory this is trying to corner on the popularity of Star Wars. Could be way wrong, because there's other science fiction things out there, but When Star Wars came out, every company was putting out some kind of space toy, regardless of what it was or who it was modeled after. So Trey, my friend, have you seen this one? Have you? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna check your video out on your train when you post it. You may have already posted. I just hadn't been able to get online at the house lately. Been too busy. Anyway, gang, that's the ERTL Star Trans. Oh yeah, and I got thinking. There was a movie that came on TV, I guess in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. It had the Billy D. Williams as the star. And I got to thinking about it. I said, there was about that movie, and I remember seeing it like a couple times, but I haven't seen it forever. So I did look up Billy D. Williams movies and found it. It was called Time Bomb, and it's something about terrorists had a tractor trailer full of bombs in the city, and he was trying to get it out of the city. I don't remember much more about the movie, and I bet if I watched it today, I'd probably be pretty disappointed. But I remember running, I guess, in the desert toward the end with the truck bomb, and I'm pretty sure he survived. But I'm not gonna go back and watch that movie. I have no interest in it. But that reminds me of Billy D. Williams. Maybe I need to get a Lando Calrissian figure and set him beside this truck if I find a shelf to put it on. So gang, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.